Hello everyone. Today we will be doing the price calculation for a poly that is used in the packaging industry. So we will be doing the price calculation for roll and poly bag. This will be the general calculation file based upon the machine and the equipment and the process that is involved in your production. The price may and the process may of calculation may vary. So basically we have divided this into four category. So first of all, to start up any poly printing, you have to get that raw poly extruded. So for getting that raw poly extruded, plain or white, whichever base color poly you want to extrude, for that you need to get the polymer, and there is a certain composition. So first the step is to get to to know the basic pricing of your polymers. So we have taken here the average of last 6 months so that we can neutralize the fluctuations which may be coming in the next month, so that our stocks are balanced out in that manner. So based upon the data which is available on internet and the type of polymer that you will be using, you can enter the details and average will be calculated automatically. Once you have that average price, next step is to get the pricing for extrusion or glowing of the polymer. For that you have to define the density, what it will be coming. Next, you have to select the kind of polymer you will be using. So this polymer list is based upon the polymer you will be mentioning here. So once you have mentioned that polymer here, you have to mention the composition of the distribution of the polymer for 100 kg. So supposedly polymer 1 will be 50 kg and 100 kg. Based upon that 50 kg, average price will be taken from here, and the total pricing that will cost for that polymer 1 in 100 kg will be here. So when entire composition of all polymers are mentioned, we get the pricing for 100 kg. Now, in an industry, it's never an ideal scenario. There is always a wastage. So we have mentioned the wastage percentage. Based upon that, there is a certain amount which we will be wasting as a wastage. So that will give you a total price. Now, this is the price about only of the polymer that will be involved. So once the polymer is involved, uh, then there is a cost of doing the process. So you are going to do the extrusion or blowing, then there will be certain cost. Apart from that cost, if there's certain overhead cost that is included in your process, you can mention it as a overhead. So this will give you a total price that is required to convert a extruded poly in per kg. So this is step one, getting the average prices of the polymers to be used, and this is step two, getting the pricing in per kg format for the poly extruded. Next step is to getting the price of the printed poly. So for getting the price of the printed poly, you have to mention the micron of the polymer that you will be using. So based upon the micron of the polymer, we can calculate the GSM and the density we have provided in the previous slide. So this PE details will be coming from the previous, last slide that we have seen. Next is to mention the ink and OPV. OPV is something which is optional; it is not mandatory for all the processes. So get their GSM and the cost. Once you mention this, it will automatically calculate what will be the pricing per kg. Then again there will be certain wastage while doing the printing. So on the waste, we mention the wastage percentage. Based upon the percentage, it will calculate the amount that is going to be there. So and then comes the printing process. This basically this where the involving the raw material. And this is the machinery. Printing process involves complex ink, machinery, machine cost, manpower cost. All these detail you will mention in the conversion. So when the conversion is there, you get a subtotal. Now most of the people add the profit here itself. So if you wish, you can add the, if you are selling in PE roll format, you can add the profit here, and again the freight to it, and if required then you can add packaging also. So basically on adding you will get a total price in kg for a printed roll. So you can sell this printed roll in the format, and if you're selling that printed roll directly, then it is mandatory to add that freight cost and packaging cost. So I am considering that it will be going out in back form. So once this printed roll is there, Then again the next step is getting into bag form. So bag form is nothing but whenever you open a poly bag or something, it will be in rectangular or square shape. So you mentioned the length and width. It will be in 2D, length and width, and again you have to mention all these details will be calculated automatically based upon the details provided earlier. Then you mention the wastage percentage, and again the machining. What is the machining cost for per kg? So you mentioned the per kg machining cost and the freight charges per piece. So all these machine details you mention, and it will give you pricing per bag. So basically, for all those calculation we did, we got to know that this is our per bag price. So for if you need this file, you can mail me on the mail ID mentioned in the description, or if you need any modification or any improvement related to your specific job, it can be done as per your suggestion and feedback. Thank you.